Hey there. So, we're finally getting to the good stuff. We're in Ubuntu, we've reached system stability, and now we want to start getting free software. This is the fun part. I love the free software. Before we tinker around with any fun toys, the first type of software that I want to do is customizing your desktop. So, I'm going to come over here to this little search bar and type in Compiz. Compiz. So from here, I'm going to get a list of choices. Now on my system, it looks like with these green check marks, I already had it pre-installed. And if I look over here, I can see remove. Let me shrink this guy. Okay. Remove. If I click on one that doesn't have a little green checkbox, it says install. So that's kind of a more on-proof way of knowing whether it's been installed or not. So I want to make sure that my OpenGL and my Compiz are installed. Down here where the Compiz config settings manager, this one is not installed. Let's click on more info and see what happens. Okay, what happens is I get this install toolbar right along the top, so it's exactly like the other. If it was already installed, it would say remove here. So sometimes, and what I'm looking for is little other boxes, little check mark boxes that will be additions or add-ons to the software. This one doesn't have any, but if there were, you would see them right here. There would be little choices, little check boxes you could pick, and I would want to check on those and then click install. But since I don't see any of that, I'm not too worried about it. I can see the reviews, I can read all about the program. I'm going to go ahead and install it because I already know this program and it's great. Linux password system, super security, awesome tool to have. And I'm installing Linux while making a video. I'm installing the Compiz config settings manager while making a video. Generally, this would not be recommended practice. Alright. But I am a seasoned Linux veteran, so I'm going to pull it off. I would not recommend that you run any type of program at all while installing anything on the Linux. So there we have it. I'm installed. Now this is a different kind of install, so I'm going to go ahead and restart my computer and then come back to this video. Alright, so all I have to do is start typing in Compiz, C-O-M-P-I-Z, and I get the Compiz config settings manager. And right away it's going to start popping up little messages, blah 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 blah. And this is an important message. This is cool that this happened because this is new, and this was a common thing that would happen. What would happen? You start configuring your Ubuntu and you break it. You configure it so much that you break it. And there's lots of different things you can do. Like if you're setting something to transparent and you don't quite understand the setting, well, now you just made your whole dock bar and menu system transparent and you can't do anything. There's all kinds of weird little things you can do. When you have your cube running, your cube is definitely not compatible with other features. Okay, so that's what this is telling you. Is this tool allows you to deeply configure Compiz settings. Some options may be incompatible with each other. Unless used with care, it is possible to be left with an unusable desktop. Warning. Show me this message the next time. I'm going to unclick it because I already know this and I don't want to see it again. Alright, so for example, what that was just talking about is if I start tinkering with my desktop wall, which over here, boom, desktop wall, okay, I can't have that running at the same time as desktop cube. Now, desktop cube is the one that everybody wants and what everyone likes, and we're going to get to that. So desktop wall, uncheck it. Okay, now I'm going to come over here. Okay, see, it took a minute and it flashed. This is complicated stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and click on desktop cube, give it a second, let everything kind of reset, and then I'm going to click on cube rotate. Okay, now to rotate the cube, I'm going to click on the little mouse roller cursor thing. Oh, you see that? You like it? Okay. But it's only two-dimensional right now. So how do we get this to work? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come all the way up to the top, General Options. Now pay attention, this is where it's at. General Options, okay? Display Settings. I want to come all the way over to Desktop Size. So horizontal, I want 4. Boom. Desktop cube. How do you like that? Now all I got to do is be clicked onto the background and I can use my desktop cube. Pretty intense. Pretty amazing. I know. Now from here, now that we've got our cube working, we can go back down to our cube and we can get into behavior. So I want the appearance, I like the sky dome. We're going to get more into how to tinker this with this later and make it really cool, but for now, opacity during rotate, transparency, appearance, behavior, inside cube. I want it to zoom out. Let's see, multi-output, automatic. Forget. How does it work again? Hold on a second. Cube cap colors, sky dome, transparency cube, behavior. Maybe it was under rotate cube that gave me those options. Rotate cube, general. Aha, zoom. So if I set it to that, oh wait, how does that work? How does it work? I'm trying to get it to zoom out. Additional settings, flip time, blah blah blah. Huh. Well, you tinker around in here long enough and you'll get it to work. It's you can tinker. We'll get to that in the next video. I'll remember how to do it by then. Anyway, there's just a little bit of a intro to Comp.it Settings Manager. You can tinker around with opacity. We're going to get into all this in the next video. Just keep watching. This is just the intro. If you can get your Comp.it Settings Manager up and running and ready to go, you can start learning all these different little things. But be warned, and there's not a whole lot of them that interfere with each other, but you've been warned. These two right here definitely will break. You don't want to. You want one or the other. You want the desktop cube or you want the wall. And some of these other options go only for the wall. Like, you know, think about like moving windows. Like if you're in the cube environment, you're not going to want to move windows. You're not going to want those settings set up. You know, resizing windows, that's different. But you know, just think about what you're setting and what you're dealing with. You know, try to have a logical approach to how this works. And there's so many different options you can play with. Thanks for watching, guys.